What's up, you guys? This is Anime Blaze coming to you with another episode of Blaze Talks. It's been not sure how long it's actually been since I done one of these, but it has been a while since I made a video, so I'll be doing that right now. So, in today's episode of Blaze Talks, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a new term that I just found out about yesterday. Um, this is one of the more sort of impromptu Blaze Talks, but I kind of thought about it a little bit, so. Um, yesterday I just can't heard about this term being used apparently in the anime community, or it's the first time I've heard about it. And that term is the anime hipster. I've I know I've never heard of it either, and quite honestly, I don't know anybody who would fit the category of the anime hipster. But yeah, so pretty much what I did was I watched the video of Zorro fanboy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I almost got offended the first time around. Then I watched the second time. I understood what he was talking about more. Um, then I watched Asian boy reviews, his take on it, and I could relate a lot to what he was saying and everything. But let me start with, I guess, Zorro's kind of thing. Um, or let me no before that. Let me talk to you guys what pretty much what an anime hipster is, or from what I've gathered pretty much what an anime hipster is a person who's watched like an anime in its prime before before the whole popularity wave hits it and everything while it's still not too well known, and then when the show does start to gain popularity they complain and say that they liked the show before it was cool and popular and everybody knew about it. And to me that's kind of hypocritical because like if anything, you should be happy that the show is actually gaining popularity instead of hating, saying, "Oh man, I remember the show back when it was, before everybody was into it and everything like that." But then again, the whole issue of watching anime that's popular and not watching anime because it's popular is kind of a borderline kind of thing. That's for a later video for me. Um, that's definitely for a later video because I have opinions on that. Watching popular and unpopular anime. It's not. I'm just gonna go just a little bit in depth on this. For the people who say that, like watching people who complain that saying that they can't watch an anime because it's too popular. It's not really more along the lines of like someone complaining about it. It's more along the lines of like psychological thinking. It's just the way a person thinks. It's hard to understand. It really is because I'm kind of the same way. But yeah, that's it's for a different video. But yeah, with the whole anime hipster thing, to me, I can kind of understand what Asian Boy Reviews was talking about because he gave a description of how he said he used to be just like that. I used to be just like that when I was around 12 and 13. I'd go and grab a manga or watch an anime that looked interesting to me, and I thought, in my head, I was thinking, hey, maybe my friends will like this show. And then, I'll go and tell my friends about it. And they have no idea what the show's about. And then I'll say, what? You've never heard about this show? Come on, man, this show's been out since such and such. And then I'll be the guy to be, like, I was like the guy who would be like, oh man, you gotta watch this stuff, man. Come on. Um, Stuff like that, knowing full well that I've only known about the show or the series for like 2 or 3 days, acting like I know everything about it. And yeah, it's kind of a jerk because nobody wants to be anything like that. Especially, I mean, if anything, you should approach somebody like, "Hey, you've never heard of this show before?" No. Oh well, here's a couple of good things about it. I'm more like now. Back then, I used to be anime, um, the anime hipster kind of person. Even when I was new to anime, I thought I knew everything about it. I don't, and I still don't know everything about it, but I have a good knowledge of it. And now I'm sort of just a laid back anime watcher slash reviewer um, who watches and reviews anime on YouTube. And occasionally, if there's a friend, like one of my friends, he's just not getting into anime. Of course, I do have my discussions with him because his friend keeps recommending him like fan service kind of shows. I was like, dude, that is not where you want to go. If you're trying to recommend somebody an anime, you don't want to start them out with a show with a whole bunch of fan service in it. I mean, it can go one of two ways. you know. But yeah, um, and just the whole idea of anime hipster, it's kind of stupid. And especially what Zorro said with there are some anime. Like I said before, I don't know anybody like this. I mean, this is just something I wanted to talk about apparently, but um, he said that there are, especially some underrated manga reviews. There are some, not all, because I review underrated manga and anime and stuff like that, and that's for a different video as well as to why I do that. Most of the anime and manga I watch and anime and manga I watch and slash read are mostly underrated. I have my reasons for that, and I'll explain that in a second video because trust me, they're practical reasons. But he said that even some underrated anime and manga reviewers say that a show is like the best thing ever. But if anything, you would say it like this. I mean, if you're an underrated manga and anime reviewer and you think like that, I mean, that is probably one of the most arrogant ways to think. I mean, come on. If anything, like he said, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, all the other stuff is more well received than any of like a lot of other shows. But at the same time, you know, though while to me I say it like this, while those shows are more well known, you're sitting here saying like I knew about this show before it was cool. Man, nobody even cares about what you're watching. To be quite honest, I'm just gonna say that because I mean, if you're gonna be an anime hipster about a more like under known show, then you're not getting anywhere because nobody really cares. Everybody's mostly watching the more well-known stuff. The people that you can be a hipster about that one show, you'll be the only hipster going about that show. Everybody else would be going about minding their own business, not caring what you do. I'm just saying that from my own personal thoughts, because I don't know. To me, that just makes no sense. If anything, I would expect somebody to be an anime hipster about a show that's like freaking getting a ton of popularity, and like it's rising up through the charts and everything like that. But if you're like sitting there complaining about a show that nobody knows about, I mean, you should be trying to get the voice out. Like, I mean, yeah, if you're sitting there complaining about a show that's under like not that well known, and you're being a hipster about it, that's just stupid. At least if you're gonna be a hipster about something that's more well known because nobody really cares about the shows that are more underrated. Some people do. Some people actually do care about the show, which is why sometimes I review shows like that. But but for you to just go full swing hipster on somebody, and like I said, you're gonna be the only person doing that because I can guarantee you, I'm not gonna be joining you. I'm out of that phase. I've been out of that phase for a long time now, so I don't plan on going back to it. I don't know if anybody else is, but yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about anime hipsters, guys. If you are an anime hipster, you might want to, I don't know, change or something because no matter, like Asian Boy Review said, no matter if you try to be the first person to watch anything, there's always, like for me, I say it like this: no matter how close you try to be the first person to watch a show and know about something, there's always somebody that probably knew about it before you did. So there's no point in trying to compete, really. But those are my 2 cents, and so I'm signing out. It's the Anime Blaze signing out, saying never doubt your capabilities because you never know what you might be able to do. And catch you later. And don't be a hipster, whatever that means. Well, anyway, see you.